If you have found this video, then it is likely that you or someone who you might know are suffering through a condition called Topical Steroid Withdrawal, also known as TSW. Now, TSW is a condition that arises when an individual who has been prescribed topical corticosteroids, which are commonly used to treat conditions such as eczema, stops taking them after a prolonged period of use, resulting in painful withdrawal symptoms that can affect all aspects of life. In many cases, such as my own, the topical steroids just eventually stop working, forcing one to go into withdrawal. Now, the symptoms of TSW can last for years, and they can be so painful and severe that many individuals who go through it are left to become dependent on family and loved ones for caretaking, as they are often left debilitated, homebound, and unable to work due to the pain and discomfort. Currently, there are no known cures, and unfortunately, there is not a widely available treatment to those who truly need it. So I have been battling against TSW for about a year and a half now, and although my condition is a bit more mild compared to some other sufferers, it has been a real struggle. I had to stop working. I had to move back in with family. I had to give up many of the plans that I had for the future. I battled depression for a long time because I felt like I lost many parts of my identity, as many with TSW can understand. But little did I expect that through my suffering, I would be put on a new and unexpected journey. At the end of 2022, I hit what I would call my lowest point in my TSW journey. I had a flare that was so severe that I couldn't get out of bed. I was in too much pain. I wasn't even able to spend Christmas with my family, despite traveling all the way across the country to be with them. Instead, I was locked up in a hotel room, avoiding the outside world. I was legitimately scared that I would continue to lose years of my life and my youth to TSW, and that I would be helpless to do anything about it. I was scared that my life would just sit and remain in idle until eventually, one day, hopefully, TSW would be behind me. Now, up until that point, I had been online on support groups for those with TSW, looking for any type of answer, any type of solution that I could find that would potentially help me or even cure me. And then one day by chance, while scrolling through one of these groups, I came across a post by a woman named Mariette who spoke about her experience moving to Thailand to pursue treatment for her TSW. The treatment that she was discussing is known as cold atmospheric plasma therapy, or CAP therapy. How this works is that the plasma reaches down into the deeper layers of the skin to increase growth factors that stimulate cell proliferation. Over time, the skin can actually regain its thickness that it has lost due to the use of topical steroids, and many positive results can be seen within just a few weeks. This technology has actually been around for about 2 decades and is primarily used in chronic wound healing, such as for those with chronic diabetic wounds. Unfortunately, it is not available in many Western countries, and there are only 3 clinics in the world that use CAP therapy to treat TSW. These countries being Singapore, the UK, and Thailand. So I sent a message to Mariette because I was honestly curious. I had never heard of there being a treatment available for TSW. She spoke overwhelmingly positively about it, and she was happy to give me the contact information of the director of the Thailand clinic, whose name is Jay. Now, Jay has been running this clinic for nearly 15 years and has treated over 1,000 patients with TSW using the CAP therapy. I spoke with Jay on the phone, and I was overwhelmed by the amount of knowledge he had regarding TSW. It was very clear that he is very experienced in treating people with TSW, and I was hooked on his every word. He was even discussing things that I had never heard discussed once within the TSW community, such as the importance of avoiding chemical irritants that might be impeding the healing process of the skin. So after a few more days of sending messages back and forth with Mariette and Jay, I bought my ticket to Thailand just a few days after reading Mariette's original post. When I arrived in Thailand, I went straight to Jay's clinic for an evaluation, and right after shaking his hand, he began to examine my skin. He was overwhelmingly positive about it, and even though I was still slightly skeptical about the whole thing, he reassured me that if I gave it time, that I would see some dramatic differences with my skin. As of today, I have been in Thailand for about 6 weeks, and I have received 7 cold atmospheric plasma treatments. In that time, my skin has made a near 180 in its appearance, in its thickness, in its smoothness. It has truly astounded me just how much that this therapy has helped in such a short amount of time. I feel like I have gotten my old self back. I feel much more confident than I was just a couple months ago. I'm able to go out and meet people, explore, have fun, things that I would have never considered doing in the not too far away past. It has made such an impact on my mood and my attitude on life. I'm just amazed. And although my skin still has some ways to go before it is considered to be fully healed, I'm convinced that this cold atmospheric plasma therapy can truly benefit many people out there who are suffering from TSW. My mission for this channel is to give a platform to those who are fighting, true TSW warriors who are struggling to live their lives normally after having their identities stripped away from them. I will be speaking with experts, advocates, individuals who are in the midst of withdrawal, and those who have healed and have gone back to living their normal lives, in the hopes of creating a community where we can come to help support each other, and also to find the best information on how to fight against and how to heal from topical steroid withdrawal. It is my hope that one day, if we continue to raise awareness, that governments around the world will recognize TSW, that treatment can become more easily accessible to those who truly need it, and that research can take place so that we can better understand this condition. We cannot allow ourselves to be gaslighted by doctors, pharmaceutical companies, or even our own family members by being told that it's only eczema and that we are only perpetrating our own suffering by refusing to take topical steroids. If you are living with topical steroid withdrawal now, I want you to remember that you are not alone. No matter how dark it may seem, there will always be hope. Hang in there and never stop fighting.